We are here at Copa, Virginia, taking a look at the Nogi Female Advanced Division. We have Katrina Paz in the black and white, and we have Andrea Tang in the blue and gold leggings.
Coming out with a nice collar tie. It's nice to see some contact initially when we start off this match. A little bit of aggression from both ladies.
A bit of hand fighting here. Andrea with a little more of an upright stance, but she's really changing her level a lot. Needs to be looking for the topside collar tie, potentially for a snap down here.
A bit of an attempt from Andrea there to get that rush in, but attempt from Katrina to get the rush in. Andrea shucking it off.
Some nice hand fighting, some cross gripping. Andrea did a good job of stripping that top side grip and collar tie off the neck, following up with her own. Really looking to pull down on the head in order to break Katrina's posture down a little bit.
Andrea has a bit of height here too, so that those posture changes become more and more relevant when height disparities come into play.
Yeah, it really allows you to do a whole host of different looks to give your opponent.
You can see with Andrea a little bit more of an upright stance that makes Andrea with a bit more of a bent over stance allows Katrina to be more upright.
Yeah.
It's nice to see these ladies wrestling a bit more. You know, I think in a lot of divisions, the women's divisions often end up pulling guard right away.
Yep.
That's changing over time. It's a nice thing to see.
Yeah, we're seeing really more people are looking for those 2 points initially in a match, and we're really starting to see the meta shift over the last 2 or 3 years, which is great to see. More activity on the feet. Touch on the leg there from Andrea.
Andrea a couple times attempted almost a tie clench kind of position here.
Yeah, it's really hard typically to get that takedown unless you're going for something like an outside trip. Especially with her height, it's going to be hard for her to get anything with an inside trip just based on where her knees and where she kind of lines up with the hip line of Katrina. Attempted a body lock there, but Katrina does a good job. Nice shot by Andrea Tang.
Andrea Tang scoring the 2 on a double leg.
Referee's going to reset him into the center here.
Katrina getting into close guard almost immediately after the takedown.
Yeah, it almost looked like she knew she was getting taken down and decided to go for almost sort of pulling off of that takedown to end up in a closed guard. Don't want to have the risk of getting passed in that sequence, and so she elects for that position.
Katrina climbing her guard up slowly, a bit by bit. It's a really nice approach that we see in closed guard. It's sort of a classic approach to taking the closed guard where you start low and secure and then slowly climb your legs up your opponent's back into a place where you can start to throw things like arm bars and triangles.
Yeah, she looks like she's sort of trying to set up a triangle just based on how she's trying to push Andrea Tang's onto the center and push the elbow across. She can go for an arm bar here, but just based on how she's hooking her feet and where it looks like she wants to drop her leg over top of Andrea's shoulder, potentially looks like she's setting up a triangle here.
And that arm drag can be useful outside of the triangle too, because if you fail for the triangle or you can't get over to the triangle, there's a nice back take that can come off of that same sort of grip with that arm drag. It appears to be what Katrina is setting up. She's down 2 points with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here, so she does need to put some work in.
Yeah, but that's plenty of time to work in these matches. These matches are a little shorter in length, so she does have plenty of time to work and potentially work from that 2-point deficit to get something going.
Andrea looking for that 2-on-1 grip on Katrina, which can lead to a standing pass pretty nicely, but it can also be pretty challenging to maintain control of that 2-on-1, especially a nogi with someone that's as mobile and active and aggressive with the guard as Katrina seems to be here.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job. Katrina's continually pressuring Andrea down. And here we go. Here's that standing pass we were talking about. She's able to open up the legs. Immediately looks for potentially thought it was going to be a toe hold entry there for a second.
Katrina now looking for her own attack on the legs. Moves into outside ashi here and is looking for the inside heel hook.
Andrea does a really nice job of pulling out of that leg exchange, being that back on the feet. 2.5 minutes left to go. Andrea Tang in the blue and gold up 2 points.
Some really nice aggression from both ladies so far. Now, at the beginning of this match, midway through this match, Andrea was able to pull off a double leg takedown, and that got her these 2 points. Ladies back on the feet now. Be interesting to see if she tries to attempt that again.
Yeah, I'm curious. We're seeing a pretty, potentially Uchimata attempt there from Katrina.
Nice low stances from both of these ladies. Katrina coming in, looking for the double underbody lock there, I think. Andrea doing a nice job keeping her away from it, though.
Yeah, we're seeing Andrea play a little higher up than before, and that could be a factor of the match being a little later or her kind of changing her tactics a little bit. The hand fight looks very, very similar. She seems to be, again, looking for the snap down and potentially looking for that cross-side lat grip.
And that approach makes a lot of sense for Andrea, who's got height here.
Snap down, there we go. Andrea Tang goes down, covers the back, covers the hip, is able to get 2 points for that snap down and go behind. She's working the crowbar down to try to turn Katrina back over.
Really nice technique here. Can allow Andrea to open up that turtle that Katrina's in and potentially get that second hook in, which would gain her another 4 points. Already in the lead, 4-0. About a minute left on the clock. Andrea climbing pretty high to get that second hook in, but it looks like she's secured it.
Referee's going to look at it.
And there's her 4 points.
45 seconds left. Andrea Tang is up 8-0 right now, potentially looking for the finish on the rear naked choke.
And I like that. I like that even though she's up, she's still working jiu-jitsu, doing the jiu-jitsu the right way, attempting that submission. Andrea gets a nice grip in, flattened out Katrina. This is a really tough spot for Katrina to be in. It's unclear from our angle whether or not Andrea has her choke arm in underneath Katrina's jaw.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell from our angle, but it looks like it's tight. She's basing out like she's trying to lever against it, and it's really hard to tell if it's jaw or if it's under the choke.
Katrina showing some real fight in there.
And that's time.
Very nice match from these ladies. 2 takedowns and a back take for Andrea Tang gets her the match.
Yeah, really, really nice sequence.